there, I'm Father John Geaney of the Paulist Fathers, and you're watching Psalm Sense. I have a little quiz for you, and if you get the answer, good for you. If you don't get too discouraged, okay? So here's the question. What is the psalm that is recited every Friday throughout the entire world when priests and nuns and people just doing ordinary things are celebrating the Psalms, or in the office, as we call it in the church? What is that psalm? It's the only one that shows up every week. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. Okay, have you figured it out? We did a little bit there of one of our favorite shows. And what is the answer? Well, the answer is Psalm 51. And you might say, oh, I didn't get it. Or maybe you did know which psalm it is. But it is Psalm 51. And what is Psalm 51 all about? Well, basically, it's all about sin, and also about redemption. And it's also about us taking time to make sure that we're with the Lord in the things that we do. And so those are the things that we need to be looking at. But where does the sin come from? Well, we talk about the fact that people everywhere are not as well taken care of, or they don't think they are, as they should be. And you can say, well, that's just a little malcontent or discontent. It's also sinful. So there is today a war going on between Israel and Hamas. That's also sinful. And, people oftentimes say it's the oldest job in the world. It's also called prostitution. And like so many other things in our lives, it too is a sin. So, what are we to do to regain redemption from God? We have to enter into God's mercy. We have to reconcile ourselves with the fact that some of these sins that go on in our world are not necessary for us. And so it takes us time, but we do hear the words of Psalm 51. My transgressors, O Lord, truly I know them. My sin is always before me. Against you alone have I sinned. What is evil I have done. So you are just in your sentence, without reproach in your judgment. Now, David wrote about the same kind of sins in his society as we have in ours. And it's important for us at times to recognize that people don't basically change very much. Some of us do a pretty good job of living our lives. Some of us don't do very well at all. And most of us are probably somewhere in between. But what is truly important is for us to deeply understand God's great love and compassion for us. And that is what David wrote about in Psalm 51. And he says to us again, rescue me from bloodshed, O God, God of my salvation, and then my tongue shall ring out your justice. You see, God is working for us at all times, helping us to be better people, helping us to overcome our sins, whether they are huge or what we might even say are everyday sins. It is all in our ability to show our love for God. And that is what Psalm 51 does for us. And I believe that's why it's in our prayer every week, so that we are reminded of the importance of God's mercy. For Psalm Sense, I'm Father John Geaney. My time is up. I thank you for yours.